code 6, 105 North Avenue 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Make him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we put
You good or?
we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo, Chicago. I'm Officer Kevin.
I had a thing too, but now I don't want to do it now. You
I
did
told
the
you.
thing.
I told you I was going to do a thing, and you
I
told me you
know.
weren't. You didn't.
No,
You didn't tell me you were going to do a thing.
Well, I wasn't planning on like letting you know that I was going to do a thing, but just forget the things.
Well, do you see why I warned you I was going to be doing a thing?
Yeah, no, I get it.
That was
Do
a
your thing. Go ahead,
No, my thing.
Grant. Do your thing, please.
My thing's so embarrassing now. I was gonna say that I'm Officer Granthony Montano, the internet's busiest internet cop, back at you with another episode of this podcast, but it sounds lame in comparison. I just feel bad about it. Feel pretty self-conscious right now, and you made me do it.
Lame compared to throwing up in a Tupperware container is a pretty low bar to hit.
Yeah, and you pointing out that it's a low bar doesn't make me feel better about it.
It's called constructive criticism. That's it. Hey, we're back. We took a little break last week. I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, I feel like 4 years have happened in 1 week.
Yeah. You could say that again, my friend. But let's give a thank you to our guest from last time, Tyler Russo. Thank you, Tyler. From the before times, yet again. We got a brand new guest this week, new to the Thought Cops family, new to the show. We got Zach from Yolo Swag Studios. What's up, Zach?
I'm honored. Thank you, officers.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
Good. Yo, that was like a Abbott and Costello sketch from the future. That opening, the bickering going on. It was powerful.
Thank you.
That whole who's on first is now, what was your thing?
I like the Anthony Fantano one too. That was good.
Thank you.
You see?
I just didn't expect it to be so overshadowed, but thank you.
Yeah, I didn't. You know what? I honestly thought something was wrong at first. I was like a little confused, but we're here now.
Yeah. I guess I didn't warn you, but
That makes it better. I feel like I'm jolted awake.
As I was doing it, I was like, I don't think I told him. I like, for all you know, that's normal. So.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, is this like a thing they do? Or,
Usually it happens before the episode, not during the episode.
Yeah.
Powerful.
So Zach, YOLO Swag Studios, you got some animations, you got some comics, all kinds of cool things on Twitter and YouTube and the like. If you want to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. Anything in particular? I feel like it's very broad. Not to be a cornball.
Yeah. No, that
Tell
was a
us
very broad question. So let's
where
just
it
get
all
a big,
began.
broad
Where it all
answer.
began.
Yeah.
When you were born. What astrological sign were you born under?
Scorpio. I feel like it's... Yo, I was with this chick one time who, like, asked me that, and I thought she was kidding, and then she started pulling out charts and shit, and I was like... The sex was okay, so obviously I was, like, pretended to be okay with it, but, like, dude, it was rough.
Right.
She was, like, trying to tell me my future with, like, a fucking crossword puzzle or something. It made no sense.
Jesus.
Hey, broads, am I right?
Exactly.
I wish I could high five somebody right now. So that's step one of your journey, your life, as it were.
Oh
Zach.
yeah. Dude, I got started doing this stuff, and like I went to this like really really liberal college, and everyone was like a big slacktivist kind of, and I saw those like, have you guys seen those like Wormwood comics? He's like the little fox guy. I think it's like Martian Magazine. I saw his stuff, and like I started I kind of just wanted to like do stuff like that and like show my friends at school and like get them a little salty. Just like as like good banter. But I don't know, I just kind of stuck with it and started just like doing a bunch of different stuff, and people watch it. I don't know why. It's definitely like very filled with fructose if it was like some food or something, but I don't know. I'll keep making stuff for sure.
Awesome.
You also do a lot of like animated stuff too. Like, what was the jump from you making just the drawings of the comics to like the animated stuff? We've had a couple animators on the show, but I can never imagine that it's a fucking easy thing to get into, you know?
To be honest with you, dude, I grew up like overseas, and like I would fucking for fun, because like I don't know, there was not like a lot of fresh TV. I would like get on Newgrounds and like mini clips and stuff for like games, but I would watch those. It was like the Psychic Pebbles and like the Oni G animator types.
Yeah.
I like always wanted to animate, but I actually started with animations, kind of like I did like some scribble doodles, but it's like, dude, it's so time consuming. So that's why kind of I transitioned into doing the comics too, because it's like way easier to pop like a bunch of those off in between animations and stuff.
So that makes a lot of sense. Time consuming and not so much time consuming.
Oh yeah.
Let's move right along to some show news of our own. We got a brand new video released today as of this recording. Stop the presses! We got a new video on youtube.com. Re-educationing episode 2, BreadTube.
Yeah, it's all about BreadTube. Check it out. You think you know what BreadTube is? You go to Google, you type in BreadTube. You don't know what it is. You got to watch the video.
Grant, I haven't seen the video yet. Wink, wink.
I sent it to you. I sent you a message and it had it in it. It's It's also on the shared YouTube account that we both have access to.
I was trying to be this other guy where I was like, BreadTube, what do you mean, Italian herbs and cheese?
Oh, yeah. Well, I do, in the middle of the video, I do cut a hole in some bread and fill it with mayo, so kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen there. Like, were you getting ready to have sex with it?
I was creating suspense.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Fellini films in college. And
that's something he did?
Yeah, created suspense, yeah.
And like, no, not that, you know.
What?
The other thing.
What?
You know, making a hole in some bread.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think he did that, no.
Okay. Boring. Anyway, check that video out. Re-educationing, as Grant is always quick to say, it's the only thing on YouTube called that, so if you just type in re-educationing, no fucking hyphens, you'll find it. Or you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Thought Cops, because if you haven't already and you're listening to this, you are a bad listener.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
You're like my parents.
Well, that got a little dark. Anyway, we got a contest, Grant. Can you believe this?
I can't. I really can't, no.
Would I surprise you if I told you we still didn't have any submissions?
No, not at all.
We got a theme song cover contest. You want to cover the Thought Cops theme song, send us a cover. We'll play it at the end of an episode and credit your work. We'll pay you an exposure. Zwick, I'm sorry I keep hitting the table, but I have to get my point across because we have received no entries.
Yo, I'll do one. I'll do one for you boys.
That would be excellent, Zach. Thank you. We would love to have it.
I got you, doggy.
And if you send it in, by default, you win. And like I said, the prize is payment in exposure, a currency unlike any other else.
Bro, you got to get Lake Gambra to do one, bro. That guy's fresh.
Did he say he was doing one?
He's listening right now. He's listening in the Discord right now.
Why is he not doing it right now?
I don't know. I'm pretty upset.
Well, that's a call out for you, good sir. Good sir. We'll be looking forward to your entry. But getting right along with the show here, let's get to it. A very famous, very favorite. I couldn't even remember the fucking. I haven't done this in 2 weeks. 2 minutes of hate. We like to blanket punish those irritating, those annoying, those upsetting things on the internet, and we know there's a lot of that these days. So, to keep it light, because things are kind of dark at the moment, my 2 minutes of hate is the Simpsons predictions that people continuously fall for.
Bruh.
Have you seen these, Zach?
Yeah, I see them all over. They were funny, like, or like kind of cool. You felt like, whoa, like the first one or two you've seen, but then it's like, these are just
How did
reaching.
they know Donald Trump was going to be president?
Yeah,
And it's like people kept sharing this. I think I'm on it. This is like actually towards the beginning of the time we did this podcast, but people kept sharing this clip from The Simpsons where Donald Trump is going down that escalator from that press, and The Simpsons predicted this in 1996, and it's like the clip is clearly in HD.
Yeah.
It's clearly new, and it's clearly parodying a very specific thing that was widespread in the media,
Right.
and people still fell for it.
Just woefully ignorant.
And there was one. There is. There is one that was recently. All I'm going to say, it was a very crudely drawn. It's a very crudely drawn 4-panel comics. Right away, that's your first giveaway. It's not actually from the show. It was a 4-panel comic involving Chief Wiggum, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh no.
And somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh my!" It was like so specific to the events that have occurred recently. Where somebody on Twitter was like, "I can't believe The Simpsons predicted this in 1999," and it was like so specific to things that just happened, and it was like, how dumb do you have to be? How desperate do you have to be? It's like
You're talking about the average Twitter user.
Yeah, if you're on Twitter, you're dumb. That's just how it is.
It definitely lowers the IQ, and I saw this, and I felt a little bit dumber than I already am.
Dude, I was in Mensa before this.
And they kicked you out because of these.
Yeah, where are you?
Simpsons.
What are you doing now that you're out of Mensa?
Bro, service industry, slinging food. It's very fresh. Living the dream.
Sounds like
I
it.
just want to I want to do a crude screenshot edit of the Springfield retirement castle, where just like the front sign says like closed for COVID. And people are going to be like, "This is from 1994."
Fuck.
I could just tell them it is, and like I almost can guarantee you, like some people will fall for it.
You should just tweet that out, like right now. Just make your own graphic of it, tweet it out, and someone will probably talk about it on their podcast.
Well, I'm going to pause the recording here. Okay, I'm back. Got about 1,010 retweets. 30,000 likes, and a bunch of dum-dums fell for it. Experiment success, as they say in the science industry, if you're familiar. My punishment for the Simpsons predictions is Family Guy predictions. You watch an episode of Family Guy, and then for some reason you're in it, and then you're in a coffin, and you're like, "What the heck?"
Sounds like one of those lost episode, like, creepypastas that you read about. There's so many of those.
Yeah.
In the mail, you get a plane ticket to Quahog, Rhode Island, and you're like, no thanks.
Uh-oh.
Lakember in the chat says, "This is like the time Kevin was in Family Guy." Uh-oh. I do not want to hear that segue. Zach, did you have a 2 minutes of hate, something bugging you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, dude, it's very poignant. Let me see. I jotted it down because I'm a simpleton who forgets things.
Hey, we got a Google Doc. I get it.
Yeah.
Yo, when people are talking about abolishing the police, right? Not even to even say anything about the argument, but I keep hearing people saying like, "Yo, if they abolish the police, like, what if I want to rape you? Or like, what if I want to put a gun to your head and shoot you?" It's like they immediately take the role of the person like doing a heinous crime. And it's like,
is that a threat, you know?
Yeah, it's like, dude, if you want to help your argument, because I'm not even saying that's a bad argument, but like when you frame it that way, no one is going to take it seriously. It does sound like a threat.
It's like, is that all that's between you and I? Is like, when that's gone, you will shoot me in the head.
Yeah, Like, okay,
Did you
I
guys
better
see that
get a gun.
TikTok video of that Southerner guy that was like, yeah, you want to get rid of the police? Let me get me and my boys out there with our guns, and we'll see what happens when you get rid of the fucking police. And it's like, what are you going to do, murder everybody, you fucking psychopath? The fuck's wrong with you?
You're not helping your cause with anything. If you want to go like Mad Max mode as soon as it's possible. Oh my god.
And God willing, that's what's going to happen.
It would be fresh, bro. Just like the Mad Max fashion. That shit is so dope.
I want that mouth thing, that like muzzle.
The gimp suit, the sex thing?
Yeah.
Brother.
Hey,
Very
think
fresh.
about all the funding that goes to the police for gas, for their gas guzzling cars. Just strap them to the hood of the car with a blood bag. Think of all the taxes we'd save.
Yeah, dude.
And it'd be cool as hell too.
Bingo. They could probably write that off.
So, what's your punishment for these I don't even know what you call that. These devil's advocates, let's say.
These devil advocates. Bro, I don't know. Let me hear your thoughts. What do you think? Well, I try to come up with something.
You know what? This is a great chance for us to hit that wheel again. Normally Grant and I record in the same room, but we aren't for the current circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a big spinning wheel. We got a number of punishments or themes we can go with. So, Grant, if you wouldn't mind, you want to hit that wheel?
You sure you don't just want to stick him in an episode of Family Guy?
Yeah. We could go with that. We could just go with that.
I got the wheel. Hold on. No, I got the wheel. I got the wheel.
Okay.
I love that sound.
It's very satisfying.
Stick him in an episode of Family Guy. No, Sisyphus Boulder.
Okay.
Sisyphus Boulder.
Yeah, the old push the boulder up the hill and then it falls back down. How does that apply to this? I haven't figured it out yet.
They get raped at the top of the hill, and then the boulder rolls back down.
I think I saw that in a Looney Tunes cartoon once.
Yeah,
Bugs Bunny
I think
and Elmer
Looney
Fudd.
Tunes is they're taking that out of the new Looney Tunes, but we'll get to that.
Which we'll get to that.
They took out guns, but they said the rape scenes were okay because they're animals. They were like, that's fine. Okay.
It's nature taking its course.
Exactly. You see that on nature documentaries.
That's true.
Grant, what do you got this week?
All right, well, Kevin wanted to make things light, so I'll make things heavy. Do I have the floor to bitch for a second?
The bitch floor is yours, my bitch.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nobody nowadays seems to care about the whole innocent until proven guilty thing. Am I right, you guys? The whole innocent until proven guilty. It's like that's the foundation of our society, and nobody cares about it anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm not talking about like when a celebrity has a rape accusation or anything like that, but yeah, because that's obvious. That's innocent until proven guilty, right? But if a journalist gets arrested out on the street, or if a peaceful protester gets arrested out on the street, or if someone just walking to and from work during a curfew starts getting hit with the police baton and gets arrested for walking home from work and they don't have enough money to pay bail, and then me and Kevin donate money to a bail fund, when you get bail, you haven't been proven guilty of anything, right? How come nobody cares about innocent until proven guilty anymore?
Funny how that works, eh?
Funny how that works. Funny how nobody cares about that anymore. Nobody cares about innocent until proven guilty. You haven't been charged with a crime, and yet everybody seems to default to, oh, well, these people were committing crimes. You can't commit to that bail fund.
Everyone's like that now, like with everything. It's so crazy. Like everyone just wants to jump at each other's throats, or like if one flaw that someone spots, like in a political enemy or something. Like, even if it's not political, I guess, it's like, everyone just wants to tear everything down. It, like, sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Grant, to use a celebrity example, when it all happens, it all falls like a house of cards, if you know what I'm saying.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is very specifically about the backlash that we got regarding that, which I completely throw my weight behind. I don't know if there's anything to say more about that.
Only a couple of people got upset. Everybody else is very supportive.
What'd you guys get backlash for?
We donated to a police bail fund.
Yeah. And a couple people or not happy with.
I gotta go, guys. Later.
I mean, but yeah, I can fucking defend it until I'm blue in the face. I don't know if that this is the platform to do it on necessarily, unless you want to waste a bunch of fucking time. But point being, I'm just pissed off that nobody cares about innocent until proven guilty anymore. I mean, this is the law we're talking about, the very foundation of Western civilization, and nobody cares about. As Pilot Red Sun in one of his videos once said, habeas corpus, you feel me?
Which one was that?
The one where it's the big ball that's in the jail cell.
So, you brought the heavy in, Grant. You weren't kidding. What's your punishment?
Throw him in the jail. Throw away the key. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Swallow the key.
And put on Family Guy.
Put him on Family Guy.
Yeah. You know what I love? In cartoons, when the jailer eats the key.
Oh, yeah. And it bounces around. That's the best.
Yeah, or that's so, you can see the inside of their belly and whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that guy is stuck in there because that guy just ate the key. He's not getting out anytime soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and try that. Anywho, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often unusual punishment. One of our listeners sent this story to us, and I could not think of a more appropriate story for us to come in with in these trying, difficult, serious times. So this is an article from the New York Times. I'm going to read the headline here. It says, quote, "Did I miss anything? A man emerges from a 75-day silent retreat." So this guy, Daniel Thorson, went into a silent retreat in mid-March, meditating through 75 coronavirus news cycles, Boris Johnson's hospitalization, social distancing, and sourdough starter. Now he's catching up, and they don't mention anything about the police brutality stuff, but that's implied here. Guy gets out of his little cabin in the woods, and holy crap, as Peter Griffin would say.
He would say that.
So this guy's a ding-dong. You know, do you think he went in there I'm trying to see. Do you think he went in there before COVID started, like this was a coincidence, or do you think that, well, I guess it started in China earlier, but before really hit America, which was about mid-March. So I have to at least imagine he had it planned.
I don't know. I'm trying to read this article, but it won't let me.
Me neither.
But
it's making me
I'm
log
jealous
in.
of this dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I would do anything to just have that peace and quiet. This news shit is insane trying to keep up with these days.
It is. Every day it's a fucking 9/11.
And dude, there's so much shit that there's a bunch of stuff that happened months ago that I want to hear more about. Dude, all this pedophile shit and Kevin Spacey and all this just crazy ass shit and all right, the guy died. Let's just move on. And now all this shit's happening. I'm not a schizophrenic guy, because I know if you make a point like that, people will be like, it's psyops, trying to push people's minds, tinfoil men. But it's just so annoying, dude.
Which, I mean, nobody can really rule out for sure, but it's the whole stop clock is right twice a day. So
I do kind of get the feeling with that I've been wrong in the past. I'll go ahead and correct my past self, and that pretentious idea that a lot of pretentious assholes have that's oh, nobody reads the articles anymore, they only read the headlines. Zach, more to your point, there's no fucking time to read the articles, because it's every day there's a new fucking thing. I can't keep up with all this shit. Just read the article and fucking just get on with it,
dude. What sucks,
or read the headline and get on with it, is
what does suck though, to counter that, to play devil's advocate, the headlines are such bullshit, dude. It will just be not even true. And it'll not have anything to do with the article sometimes. You'll get ideas that's happened to me, and my fucking girlfriend is dude, did you read this? It has nothing to do with this insane thing you've just come up with in your head.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot though, so that could be my issue. You guys should be fine.
We'll see.
I mean, so the people that write the articles also I think for most publications don't write the headlines. I think it's an editor that writes the headlines. So yeah, you don't necessarily have that control over, like, this is the info I want to put out. So,
Oh yeah.
anyway, fuck this guy. I think I read in the article before it put the paywall up that he was a podcaster.
Oh,
doesn't
get
he
out
go
of here.
Fuck that.
He
I'm
should
not
go-
jealous anymore.
Yeah.
He should
I
go
wouldn't wish that
back
on
into
anybody.
He should go back into his retreat.
Yeah, we got enough podcasts. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
That should just be the punishment, really.
We should.
Yeah.
The
go back to your
punishment.
retreat.
All the rioting across the United States takes place at this guy's house because he's such a pompous ass. He has to deal with this full force now for missing everything,
Just
Yeah.
gotta catch up.
and everyone has to cough on him who's been on an airplane in the past like 10 days.
Dude, he's got a lot of shit to catch up with, yeah.
Grant, that includes you. I never got to ask you. You did. This is, I guess, tangentially related, but you did fly this past week.
Yeah. Yeah,
How was it?
It was fine. I mean, to be honest, this is the best time to be in an airport. You can't say that to everyone because then everyone will be in an airport, but like the airports were empty, they were clean, there was like no weird smell, when you get on an airplane and there's
Yeah.
like a weird smell. Like
Stale
I got
farts.
a whole row to myself on both flights out and back. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
fresh.
This should just be what air travel is always like. It should always be like this.
How full was the plane? Like, I know you got your own row to yourself.
Less than
but-
50%. I think
Awesome.
one of them,
Nice.
they said like 60 people out of 140 seats.
Any crying babies?
No, they threw them right out the windows.
Good.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Dude, they're on every plane I'm on. I hate it.
I swear to God, it's like they come with the aircraft.
And then you can't bitch about it because it's like, well, that's just from a cartoon. That doesn't really happen. It's like, no, dude. They're everywhere. Like, it's like people keep having babies or something. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's disgusting.
Wow.
Speaking of vile and disgusting, this next article, this next topic here is also related to everything going on, but within the vein of the show and what we talk about. Again, I'll read the headline here. Online influencer Jake Paul charged after Scottsdale looting. Now, Grant, we mentioned the bail system favoring the rich.
Right.
A guy like Jake Paul goes out there, breaks some windows, steals some shoes. He's gonna be fine, right?
Yeah, he
He's
would
Jake
never
Paul.
he would never get stuck in a jail cell for months on end for a misdemeanor.
I mean, that being said, that is why we sent the money over. We're big fans of the Paul brothers, and just in case, they did anything crazy, we wanted to make sure they had $118.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Did people donate money to get him bailed out? Did that happen?
I hope not, dude. I hope not. I bet
I
you
feel
some
like I saw
10-year-old
that
kid
happen,
made us
but-
something.
Yeah, like a GoFundMe or something. Like, I
For
feel like I
sure.
saw that, or I'm just so fucking irony poisoned that, like, my mind invented it just so I could get angry at it.
That's me every day. Every day, dude. That's the Twitter fucking curse, man.
Yeah. It's bad
So
out there.
as per usual, just not a phrase anybody uses. He put an apology out, and wouldn't you believe it, he typed it up in his iPhone Notes app and screenshotted it.
Hell yeah, that's my favorite kind of apology.
Yeah, he talks about he didn't do any looting or vandalism. They were gassed. They filmed everything they saw. Just, again, par for the course with the Paul brothers. He says he does not condone violence. This is stupid.
I mean,
Why did he do
here's the fucking thing though. Like, if he didn't do any crimes, like, and he still gets arrested, like, he still afforded bail. I'm sorry to keep going back to this, but like, I'm very upset.
Well, he also adds here, the squad, Team 10, and I are always making comedy vids, acting, doing action sports, and going on crazy adventures.
Action sports.
The hell does that even mean?
Yeah.
Isn't he like what? Isn't he like trying to get like into MMA or something?
Is he or is that the other one?
I think
it's
that's the other one.
beluga.
God.
Yo, is this his hanging incident? Like, is it as bad as his brother, or is this gonna blow over? I
I
feel
think
like it's
maybe
probably not as big a deal.
No, definitely not. But
Yeah.
it's it's not great, but it's definitely not quite as tone deaf.
His I don't know if you guys saw, but his brother put out a video that was like him acknowledging his white privilege for the first time in 25 years, which was like hilarious. That he's
I was
like,
waiting for that.
I didn't realize how privileged I was, and it's like, dude, look at your fucking life. Look at everything that you do.
You have a painting of your fucking bird.
Bruh.
Shit.
Anyway, so I say, here's my punishment. You don't get the Thought Cops Patreon money, you fucking asshole. Fuck you.
I've always wanted that to be present in the justice system, like just singling out people who are just really assholes. Like if we redistribute the wealth of the rich and powerful, like only to do it to Elon Musk, just based on the fact that fuck him.
Oh yeah, I feel that. A scapegoat, a rich scapegoat.
Yeah.
And who better than the Paul brothers? Am I right?
Oh yeah.
I want to talk, I guess, or Grant, what did you want to jump to next here?
Probably the next thing that's on the dock, which is police media, and this is like a pretty healthy size nut to crack open, I think, because this involves us to a certain extent, but not to the extent that I think it does other shows that are literally about police, because like the show Thought Cops is very much like a satire of internet authoritarianism and has very little to do with actual policing. But the TV shows that have to do with policing, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the TV show Cops, Paw Patrol, are all getting heavily shit on. So I guess we can start off with Cops, which got canceled after 32 seasons. They
canceled Cops?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Because of, like, the shit that's going on?
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn.
Were you a big Cops head?
Nah, but I remember, like, going to my, like, cousin's house as, like, a kid and, like, watching it and being, like, blown away. You know what I'm saying?
Cops comes on after, Mad TV on Saturday nights.
Powerful. The theme song, bro, that was, like, the coolest ever.
Dude, it is. It's a great theme song.
I remember when I was. We should. It's up for grabs now, I guess. I remember when I was younger, and yeah, like you said, Zach, I would go over to like a cousin's house or a friend's house, and Cops would be on or whatever, and you'd hear the theme song, and I'd go home singing the theme song, and my parents would yell at me for singing the theme song.
Stifling like, your music career.
Yeah, seriously. They'd be like, that's bad. Don't do it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm singing.
What's bad about the song? It's not exactly... doesn't have any swears in it or anything.
I don't know. That's just the fucking growing up in one of those fucking Christian conservative fucking environments.
My mom was like that too.
Yeah.
It's like just the hover.
Just the idea of Bad Boys was enough for them to be like, that's enough. I mean, they don't want you to think that Bad Boys even exist.
It could have been worse. Like, there were kids in my neighborhood that like I had like Pokemon cards, and they'd like some of my friends would come over and be like, my dad doesn't let us look at these because they're the devil. So it wasn't that bad, but
my cousin, his mom was like that. Like, we'd bring decks over to his place and they'd go missing, and she'd be like, first of all, I don't like these creatures evolving, okay? Evolution is not real. And she'd go off in these huge tangents, and it's like a game. Like, she was nuts, man.
Jesus.
Like, go ahead, give Eevee a Thunderstone. I'll sit here and fucking watch, and you'll see what happens.
If Jolteons came from Eevees, then why do we still have Eevees?
Hell yeah.
Scratching my head.
Kills me.
How come we still have Mankeys?
Bro, Mankey is so underrated, dog. Especially Primate.
I feel like there's like there's a joke I'm too lazy to think about making or something. It's something involving Professor Oak and...
Professor...
a college professor scandal. I don't know.
All right. I'm imagining it right now, and it's pretty good.
Trust me, it was.
Powerful.
So, you said so Cops got canceled. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've seen a number of...
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's canceled?
It's not canceled, but people are, like, complaining. You see, the difference between us and them is they all work at an actual precinct or whatever.
Right.
And we... follow Bagel Boss on Twitter.
You guys work at a precinct of the mind. It's very similar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's similar, but different in its own right.
Just as prestigious.
There's definitely an institution there. It's been going on since, a few years ago. Prestigious. So, granted, please don't tell me Paw Patrol got canceled.
Paw Patrol did not get canceled, but it's it's taken some heat. In the same way that you brought up Brooklyn Nine-Nine after I brought up Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is to say that you've seen a lot of posts nowadays. I do think that there's like a level of good to this because it's sort of like unveiling a lot of things that maybe people don't think about, but people have been making these posts that are like, all cops are bad except for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then someone will be like, well, it's kind of just like copaganda, like you're supposed to feel... Copaganda, the Thought Cops word of the week.
I like it.
Zwick, please add buzzer sound effects and air horns to me saying copaganda.
And there it was.
Thanks, Zwick. But yeah, I mean, I think that there's something to be said about it. I don't think that means like, hey, fucking delete all of the TV shows. Like, I think that that's a fucking dumb reaction. But I do think that there is something to be said about people thinking a little bit more critically about the media that they consume, you know, not to the point where you're bashing your fucking head in with it. But I think that there's something to it.
I feel that, but I'm worried that it's going to get like, because it just reminds me of my aunt, like with the Pokemon cards. Like, they're just little stupid creatures. Like, you know, it's. I just don't want it to go into that territory where it's like we're overreaching on stuff. But I think that's a fair point that maybe people should be more mindful. But I don't know. At least with comedy, I'm a big believer that it's like, I hate when people say it, man. Like, it's so fucking cringe. Like, sacred space. You can like do whatever you want, but yeah, I don't know. There's some things that I feel like you shouldn't overanalyze and like get rid of because they might influence stuff. Like, it just reminds you like when they got mad at video games and like, I don't know, the 80s and stuff. I don't know. I'm also like a moron. I'm not trying to wax philosophic over here.
No, so are we. It's fine.
Powerful.
So Cashew in the chat says we need our Detective Stabler content. What's that? What show is that from again?
I don't know.
Help me out here in the chat.
I don't know.
Law
what
and
that
Order,
is.
I think. SVU. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I know a lot of people do like that show. I wonder what's going to happen there. I don't know. I don't watch it, but Nico in the chat, Nikoyo says Stabler is thick. 2 C's. If you can imagine that in your
Which
head.
one's Stabler? What am I looking at here?
Some guy, all right.
Some guy.
Anyway, what the hell are we going to do about this, man?
I don't know. I mean, Zach made a good point. Like, I don't want to see all of these shows get canceled and shit. Like, and furthermore, I mean, I think along the lines of like the abolition of the police and all of that shit. Like, I don't think anybody wants just for like no law enforcement, no laws. I mean, I know some people do.
No one is saying that.
Some people do, but that's not everybody. No, there's some people. There's at least like one person.
There's like a small but very vocal, I think, amount of people who are like pushing for like the anarchy chaos like level. But
there isn't even one person on the entire planet.
That's
true. Checked.
That's true.
I asked.
Bro, you're gaslighting me, dog. You're gaslighting me.
He fucking got you, man. He got you.
That's right.
He used your own Thought Cops word of the week against you. What are you gonna do about it?
That's some fucking Thought Cops judo right there. So I say, listen. If you want a positive example, if you want some new heroes to look up to, I think you see where I'm going with this. Tell your friends to listen to Thought Cops if they watch this crap. Except Paw Patrol, it's good.
I think so. Well, or yeah, if Paw Patrol gets canceled, just stick Thought Cops in that time slot.
Yeah, I like the episode. I like Paw Patrol because they teach like lessons and stuff.
What's wrong with you?
It's very heartfelt.
Well, like on Paw Patrol, like I saw this episode the other day, and they like, it's about like knowing the ABCs.
Very nice.
It was really good.
They're important to know. Everyone should know them.
I didn't know them until I saw it. So
see,
I don't know. You want to take that away from me? That's your fucking choice. But don't act like I'm going to stay quiet. Grant, what do you want to get to next?
Let's get to a video. I like watching videos on this show.
Oh yeah,
it's fun watching videos. It's always fun watching something that's meant for a physical medium, and you listen to it on a podcast. You know what I mean?
It physical?
Yeah, like you physically look at it, but then you listen to it.
I think you mean visual.
Visual, yeah.
Not worth correcting you, but you know what? I had to say it.
You
Anyway,
can imagine it however you want, though, so it's almost better without the visual aspect.
Yeah.
And without further ado, imagine this.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Bitch.
I take responsibility.
You should have said it.
I take
You think that first chick's
responsibility
hot? I can't tell.
for
I know
every
she's
unchecked
lesbian.
moment. For every time it was
What's her
easier to
name?
ignore
Sarah
than to call
something?
it out for what it was.
Paulson, I think.
Every not so funny joke.
Dude, this guy looks like a fucking villain.
Every
in a
unfair
movie. He's, like,
stereotype.
talking all sinister.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and
This is solving,
sisters, our
the
friends,
racial
our
equality
family.
issue.
We are done
I
watching
feel
them
less
die.
racist now.
We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words,
Bro, I can see
jokes,
you reading.
stereotypes, no matter how big or small.
Yeah, you can see his eyes.
At least memorize it.
Presence.
Come on, Jesus.
Is that
I
good
will
right there?
not turn
Yeah,
a blind
we'll cut
eye.
it there.
Yeah, that's fine.
The celebrities are at it again.
God
This
damn it.
time they're no longer singing songs. They're filming some videos. Yeah, Lakember in the chat says, I know it's serious because it's black and white.
Imagine the person that decided to put that fucking black and white filter on. Like, what was going on in their minds?
They continue. My bad.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, because anytime I'm on Instagram or something like that, like, and I make a photo black and white, I'm just like, this is pretentious. This sucks. Why am I
Exactly.
doing this? Yeah.
Dude, that person's up their own ass 100%. They're probably still patting themselves on the back for fucking making that decision, dude.
And Nikoyo in the chat says, black and white together equals racism over. It's symbolism. Duh!
Powerful.
How could I not
Damn.
see that?
Powerful.
Dude, the writers on this video, man.
I tell you.
Dude, I feel
So-
bad. This is what I picked for like the cool thing I saw on the internet that I really liked.
Oh boy.
It just inspires me, man. I love when they get together and they all get in their little group chat and let's inspire people. And it's like, dude, at least try to do something funny, man. Like,
Yeah.
get rid of this shit.
I wonder if these people like donated any money to any of this stuff they're talking about, or they were just like, I'm just gonna film about 7 seconds of video on my iPhone 13.
My donation was my part in the video. Like, they probably get like real pompous about it. Dude, the part for me and the reason I really hate it is because like, it's all actors. So, they're like jerking themselves off trying to like get a good take where like, I hope a film producer sees this and puts me in, Brokeback Mountain 2 or fucking some other cornball movie. They're like cheesing so hard, like trying to look fresh and shit. That one dude with the beard was like talking like this, like he was a secret agent, man. It's like, dude, take a normal take, like, or fucking clear your throat. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, it felt delivered. It felt like,
oh yeah,
like these people I think are probably all just fucking so sociopathic that I would assume that if you were to meet any of these people in real life, that they don't know how to like react to a person in a normal like private sphere in any semblance of what you would consider to be like any semblance of humanity. They would probably put on some fucking show. They would deliver lines like these people have had the humanity drained out of them.
Just sucked straight out of their balls, bro. Like, just completely. Dude, the one guy reading the fucking script looked like he was like from the scene in Dark Knight where the Joker's like forcing the guy to read shit. Like, at least put some effort into your acting. Come on.
And it's like a 7-second long script. You can't memorize 14 words.
Yeah, come on. Whoa, hey.
Oh, I didn't even mean to.
Hey,
I didn't even mean to do that.
I gotta go, boys. I gotta go.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Oh boy. Audible shirt tugging.
Zwick, edit that to 15 words. Just round it up. Fuck. God damn it. No. Stop going off in the chat at my mistake. I don't know them by heart. I don't know what the words mean. I just know that there's a number that fucking racists like, and they make people do it.
They make them.
It's our secret code word. We say 14. We like math. We're super cool. Fucking nerd. Oh, I hate it.
So let's do something about this. Celebrities, with all this stuff going on these days, like I said, troubling times in general. It's it's just great to see the uber rich chiming in and doing nothing else about it. I just think it's great.
Bro, as punishment, I've thought long and hard about this.
Yeah.
Go off.
We get all these celebrities in a room, and they have to watch long-ass videos of people like you and me, just complete goofballs who they don't know.
Schmucks.
Lecturing them about fucking dumb shit. And they have to watch them daily. We could, even throw some, tips in there on how to be more human, kind of try to re-educate these people, but
That's
they
a
should
good
have
idea.
this pain that they inflict on the whole nation directed right back at them.
That's a great idea.
It's a very good idea.
Because we are the laymen down. Is that a noun? Layman? Is layman a noun or an adjective?
You calling me a lame man?
It's a verb when you lay men. You go around, you're just
we're
banging
laying
a bunch of men.
We're laying rod down here.
Yeah.
And
laying rod.
Laying pipe, bro. I started saying that to my chick. When we're talking about sex, yeah, I just need to lay some pipe, and she gets so angry. Yeah, she fucking hates that. It's like when you say moist to people.
Oh yeah, people hate that word, moist.
But you know what I found though? A bunch of people heard that a lot of people hate the word moist, and now pretend to hate the word moist. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It makes my skin crawl. It's like, dude, I've seen you suck 8 people's cocks at once. I know you can handle hearing the word moist. Relax.
Right.
Oof. I'm getting revved up over here, boys. My bang is kicking in.
So, okay, what's the next, 2020 crazy year, to put it lightly. And I'm thinking, we have the elections coming up later this year. How are the celebrities going to chime in? Are they going to do a little song and dance for Joe Biden, perhaps, I wonder?
Dude, De Niro's going to do another one of his fucking goofy-ass cornball videos where he's like, man, if I met Donald Trump, I'd fart on his mouth, and I'd punch him in the ribs, and I'd beat the shit out of him, acting like a fucking tough guy, and he ruins it every time, bro. I'm sick of him.
And then that shit is going to get him elected again. If
celebrities
start saying they're gonna fart on these guys' faces, we got a problem.
Dude, they watched Hillary. Everyone watched Hillary shoot herself in the foot by opening her mouth and saying dumb shit. And now it's like no one learned their lesson, and they're like, let's make the most cringe we can. And dude, you just make people who aren't even Republican, you push people towards that direction.
I mean, to be fair, I think that the one person that has learned the lesson is Joe Biden, because like you said, Hillary Clinton kept opening her mouth. Joe Biden can't remember what's in his mouth. He just goes, well, the thing about the protests is, never mind.
Dude, if he was a dog and he had a loving owner, they would take him outside and shoot him in the back of the head. I don't know why he's allowed to keep going like this. It's ridiculous. It's insane,
the humane
dude.
thing, yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. I'm so sad all the time.
You want to hear something sad that I was just reminded of? This has nothing to do with this. But when I was a kid, we had these kittens that would show up at my cousin's place, and my aunt hated them and was just like, they may go missing soon. They may go missing. And as a kid, I was like, I wonder what she's saying. And my uncle went outside one day, and we heard a gunshot or something from down the woods. And he came back and was just like, yeah, the kittens ran off. And it took me until recently, looking back on that memory, realizing they didn't run off. They were murdered. This was a kitten murder. They're very country, and if an animal shows up that you can't take care of, that's probably just not gonna be able to get enough food and shit. That's their solution. They think it's humane.
Why don't you just give it to somebody else that wants it?
Yeah, you'd think that, but they also live in Bumpkinville, where everyone's 20 miles away.
Oh yeah, Lacumber says exactly like hermit crabs. Fucking
boy.
Talk about sociopaths.
Yeah. If you know about that, that's a pretty dark reference. So I say the punishment here is we take away their filters on their phones.
I say the punishment is we go after Zach's aunt. I think that
yeah.
She's public enemy number 1 in this episode.
Yeah, how would you like it?
She's connected to some crazy anytime I talk to her, there's supernatural shit, bro. She's like insane, dude. I remember there's like times I go over there, it still happens where like an orb will appear in the woods. It's like you can't explain it, and I'll be like, Aunt Ruth, there's an orb, and she'll say, yeah, it comes like once a week. I look at it.
Wait,
it kind of does some loop-de-loop, dude. I gotta get a video next time.
When you say that
surreal.
when you say your family lives in bumfuck nowhere, do you mean Twin Peaks?
Dude, pretty much. It's close to the place the office is based on, but it's just like a strange little area.
Someone just said to me, Femboy Hooters is problematic.
Femboy
God
Hooters.
Damn it.
I don't know enough about the Femboy Hooters shit. I didn't really read about it. I just kept seeing people post it.
Well, here's the dumb thing, because like even if that person thought they had a point, they're conflating femboys with like trans.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a slur that you call trans person. But a femboy, as a femboy connoisseur, my friends, let me speak generally. But a femboy is like there's like a Twitter user who I always see pop up on my timeline. Maybe you've seen them, like that Dimitri person. Like
yes.
they very much say I'm a boy, but they look like a chick. That would be a femboy. That's very much a thing. Like that's not the person who said that was clearly a 12-year-old conflating that with something, thinking they were deep, like everyone on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think 12-year-olds should deliver the news.
Yeah, dude, I'm in. Let's fucking go.
Speaking of 12-year-olds,
this is gonna go good.
Hey, 12-year-olds, what are they like? Cartoons?
Yeah.
Come on now. Looney Tunes is coming back on HBO. I think it's a new version.
Yeah.
Like, is it a reboot?
It's like the new Looney Tunes Wii U, I think it's called.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a soft reboot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Looney Tunes. I don't know if these are remasters of the old ones.
No, they're not. That it's like a completely new show, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you know, I think Disney hired like a bunch of Adult Swim or Cartoon Network animators to do a bunch of new like Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty successful. I think it's kind of like that. They're like trying to revitalize it.
That's pretty cool. I always liked Looney Tunes. I always did. And I always will. Looney Tunes is going to be on HBO Max, because when you think HBO, you think Looney Tunes. So, if you guys remember when Apple got rid of the gun emoji,
yeah,
and changed to a squirt gun, which we ended up co-opting.
That was the smartest thing we ever did, was buy like a 50-cent gun off of fucking off of Amazon and use that in every photo. That's the smartest thing we ever did.
I honestly, one of the best things that happened to us as a show was Apple getting rid of the iPhone emoji, the gun.
Yeah.
So, in the same vein, Elmer Fudd will no longer have a gun and chase around Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Instead, he'll be running around with a scythe.
That's more vicious to me.
Yeah.
I gotta say, not the first choice I would have thought of for a gun replacement.
If my uncle had asked, I will either kill these kittens with a gun or a scythe, I would go with the gun.
Seriously.
Yeah. The scythe is much more brutal, unless you're getting some sort of clean shot, but to show that, it would be like some sort of BDSM kink shit they were showing. Like, you'd have to tie someone up. Like, they could go with that, though. I don't know.
I mean, unless your uncle is the freaking Grim Reaper, I can't imagine it would be a clean cut.
He's gaunt, but not that gaunt.
We got, it says here in the article, the cartoons will still have plenty of sticks of dynamite and cartoon violence, but Elmer Fudd will no longer carry his oversized hunting rifle, and Sam won't have his pistols.
How is he supposed to levitate?
That's a good point, yeah. What is he supposed to do when he's screaming tarnation?
I bet they'll give him like a cap gun or a squirt gun or something. He's built around guns. He's a cowboy.
Right.
They have
Jesus.
A super soaker of some kind, or maybe the flood from Mario Sunshine.
Teaming up. I love this quote from the article that says, "We're not doing guns," executive producer and showrunner Pete Brownsgard said in an interview with the New York Times, "But we can do cartoony violence, TNT, the Acme stuff. All of that was kind of grandfathered in. So, like, you can maybe blow up a building with a bomb, but shooting a person with a gun or shooting the ground with a gun, too much to ask for."
You didn't hear about the Ted Kaczynski episode they're doing? where Bugs actually blows up a federal building. It's very cool. Dude, the reason you know this is all gabagool stupid shit is just release the cartoon and let us figure out there's no fucking guns. Stop making a big deal about it, you cornballs. Like, why would the producer fucking do that? Like, just shut up.
Yeah, it does seem like, or was anybody worried about this? Is anybody paying attention to a Looney Tunes cartoon coming out? I don't think so.
Dude, it reminds me of Ghostbusters. Let me make a controversial statement. That girl Ghostbusters shit, I still haven't seen it, but I bet it would have at least made its money back and not lost millions of dollars or thousands. I don't know the fucking numbers, but if that Paul Feig dude just shut the fuck up and release your movie. Stop like, this is a big step for feminism everywhere. Every coochie shall be moist from this movie. It's like,
no, don't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. But just like, do your thing. Stop standing, like trying to die on a hill. It's like so stupid.
Cashew in the chat says they were mature enough to release the racist cartoons with a disclaimer, and now they do this shit. Maybe I think the punishment here, if I may, before the episode airs, just a screen of text. It says, "Warning: scythes are only meant for Grim Reapers on T-shirts for motorcycle riders and farmers who are cutting down stalks of corn, and of course hunters chasing around." 5-foot tall rabbits.
They should just have to put a disclaimer for every single thing that they put in the fucking show. Just any weapon, any joke, everything deserves a disclaimer.
Speaking of that, well, we already did our word of the week, which I already forgot what it was.
Propaganda.
I did too. Copaganda.
That's right. And let's get the key to the city. Where we like to shine a light on something positive, something nice, because God help us, we could use it. My key to the city this week goes to Cheeton.
This is too much for me to handle.
Yeah, I wrote the head shaking. It's just like...
This feels very inappropriate.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, I agree with all of this, but...
You know how you can tell, like, what language is this? Japanese?
Yes.
You can tell it's, like, the language is, like, much smarter than English, because, like, when it's translated into our language, it sounds like a Shakespearean, like, high prince, like, when they're speaking to us, it's like, goddamn.
And it gets the point across.
Oh, yeah. Now, didn't this person, so I know I'm thinking of the right person, weren't they banned at Twitter for one time?
I don't know. Is that right?
Because I remember they had, like, a huge account, and I only knew about them because, like, they were following, like, 100,000 people, and, like, I was, like, one of them, so, like, I kind of saw them, and I was like, oh, what is this? But, yeah, if I'm thinking of the right person, they, like, run around and, like, fall in their, like, little costume and stuff.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this must be a new account, then. Yeah, Cheeton. Zach, did you have a key to the city?
Dude, mine was the, I was going to try to be funny and say the celebrity videos. I shot myself in the foot.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Did this was your thing that cheered you up?
Yeah.
Not to be a dick, but like I think like Kev was saying, the some of the head shaking was maybe not in best taste. But
yeah.
I don't know.
It just felt weird coming from a large, like, cartoonish mascot, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, it got my attention.
Dude, that's a good point. That's fair. But let me also say, because I almost picked this as my, like, what is it, like, the grinds my gears for the week thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Family Guy reference. But,
we know.
Dude, I was going to pick kind of slacktivism. I guess this isn't really slacktivism, but, like, if you want to make your donation, make your donation, like, say what you want to say, but the whole, like, let me show you that I did something, it's like, dude, you're looking for someone to pat you on the back, kind of. I hate that stuff.
I normally I'd agree, but it's Cheeton. Come on.
That's fair. It is a giant, very cute dog? Cat?
Thing. I don't know.
It's Cheeton. That's all it is.
And that's all that matters.
I'm being a
Grant,
little harsh.
It's okay. What's your key to the city, Grant?
I had like a different one, but now that you brought this up, I have one that's somewhat similar. I'm linking to an article in the chat. Everybody go ahead and click that. But my key to the city this week goes to South Korean baseball, which instead of having empty stadiums due to COVID, just put a bunch of stuffed animals. So you see SpongeBob and
awesome.
Pikachu.
Sweet.
And all these fucking people watching a baseball game, which honestly, if this is what sports looked like, I would watch sports a lot more often.
That's what I'm saying, you know? I think I see Ted in the crowd. From the Seth MacFarlane
I see him
movie.
next to Spongy.
Yeah.
Dude, based on like when you normally see a bunch of animals set up like this watching over someone, if you just showed me this picture, I had no idea what the headline was. I would assume all these baseball players had cancer, and this was some sort of Wish Foundation setup. They always do that for the kid. They set up like a bunch of animals like as watching you. Like, I'd hate that.
That would freak me out.
Well,
make me very tenser than I already would be in that situation.
Well, anyway, that's my key to the city. This is what made me feel positive this week.
That's great.
Yeah.
I miss that. I don't. You guys still feel good about things?
I mean,
not really.
Not really. No. Just try
Emotions, man. They. I remember that in high school.
So before we get to our last segment of the show, the voicemails, Zach, plug all your shit, man.
Dude, if you just want to see me make an ass of myself on Instagram, YOLO_swag_studios. If you do YOLO Swag Studios on Instagram, there's a video, or like the account just has like a dude with like a huge dick. That's not me or my dick. But and then on other stuff, it's just YOLO Swag Studios on YouTube and Twitter. You can see like some cartoons, some goofy cornball stuff. But that's all I got for now, my friends.
And then did you say your Twitter as well? I forget.
YOLO Swag Studios. Yeah.
Cool. Check it out if you want a good belly laugh.
Thank you.
As opposed to
when you just exhale like out your nose.
Yeah, one of those. You know, like
the Reddit laugh. That's what I call it.
Yes.
Or like Grant, I know you referenced this a few times. Like you see something funny on your phone and you just do that like nasal thing. Like
yeah, the old nasal laugh. Yeah.
The
nasalito.
So if you want something a little more with a little more zest, check him out.
A little more hearty.
Thought Cops, hello. It's me, Lakembra.
Howdy.
YOLO Swag Studios, hello. It's me, Lakembra.
Hello.
Sound a bit British then. It's me, Lakembra. Hello. Anyway. What was I going to say?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's gone. Well, fuck that voicemail up. Good job, Lakembra. Thanks, man. Fucking British accent threw me off. Well done. Might as well just fucking do the rest of the voicemail with a British accent now that we're here, everybody. Hello, Thought Cops, it's me, Lakembra, and I've forgotten what I was going to say. YOLO Swag Studios, hello. Have you ever had phone sex with a British man? I'm going to give you a bloody good rogering. Right in your tight boy twat.
Jesus.
That was gross. Sorry.
Upsetting.
Don't worry, it's all above board. I've got my license. Actually, no, the license guy is a different British guy. Has a different accent. He's more like, Oi, you got your license? You got your license to give that boy a good rogering? It's 12 bongs. You got your license to hear the bongs? YOLO Swag Studios. You got your license to go raping the bumhole? Anyway, British accents, everybody.
I never heard an Australian guy do a British accent before. They're kind of similar. I'm sure he's going to eat me alive for saying that. But
to be fair,
his voice is excellent. I love it.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Smooth as butter.
I can tell the difference between the two accents, but when one tries to do the other's accent, I can't tell the difference. It sounds exactly the same to me. I get confused. It hurts my brain.
The British accent just has this cheeky sassiness to it. The other one's like a little more masculine, I think. Those Brits, I think, are twinks at heart.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, in the Australia, they're I don't know, the opposite of that, I guess.
A bit more masculine, yeah.
Hey, quema no quema cut.
What?
Hey, Thought Cops, it's your granddad, Firecloud.
Hi, granddad.
For this week's 2 Minutes of Hate, I want to talk a little bit about Daniel Soto Peña. He's an individual that a video of his went viral from my hometown. It has almost 2 million hits anywhere you look it up. Basically what he did was he showed up to a peaceful protest in downtown, probably one of the very first few days it formed. And he showed up with a chainsaw, and he started yelling at people.
I saw that video.
Don't let these N-words fool you. Don't let them lie to you. And this was all caught on tape, so you can look it up. And then after a few days, he was arrested, and he caught a few charges. He caught an assault causes bodily injury charge. You can see in the video where I think he tips someone with the chainsaw. Yeah.
Oh,
and then he caught 4 deadly conduct charges. This individual, he did go to jail, but somebody bailed him out, so he wasn't even in there for not even 24 hours. Somebody bailed him out, which makes me really angry. This motherfucker deserves to be in jail. You should see his mugshot. This motherfucker looks like he has the smallest brain ever. Like, you know, on the back top part of your head, where it kind of tends to extend outward. This motherfucker doesn't have that part of the skull. His shit literally goes into a small circle.
All right.
Which just shows how small of a brain he must have.
Right.
Fuck this guy. He should go to Minecraft jail, where I'll show up with a Minecraft chainsaw and chop his Minecraft blocks off. And, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He should die and burn in hell. I really hate this guy. Bye. And yes, that's my cat Ahil being a little bit annoying. She just wants to go outside, but she's not allowed outside at these hours. Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
That addendum didn't really need to be added.
All cops are bastards. All cats are beautiful.
ACAB, all cats are beautiful, baby. Yeah, I was like looking around. I'm like, is there a cat in my room? Or am I going crazy?
I was wondering what was going on.
So yeah.
Why would cops grant bail to that guy?
I don't fucking know, man.
That's the
Nothing
judge's
makes
fault.
sense.
That's the judge's fault. That's not my fault. Don't you dare pin that on me. I didn't do that.
Me neither. I was just fooling.
And furthermore, I forgot the rest of the point that I was trying to make. It's not my fault.
All right, let's do the next voicemail.
He's still guilty of a crime. He still has to go show up to a court summons. Okay.
God, I just want to fucking buy Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch.
Please hold the phone closer to your
God,
face.
it's like, why is it selling out in 7 minutes? Less than 7 minutes. Why is it on Amazon? It says in stock, and then when I put in my card, it's not there. I just want to play this fucking game so I can be active because, I don't know, I haven't learned my lesson from Wii Fit, I guess.
So, yeah, Ring Fit Adventure is an RPG game with physical elements on the Switch. And it would have been great to have during the quarantine, but it was sold out everywhere. And apparently it was up for 7 minutes and went bye-bye. So that's the issue here, I guess.
That had extreme. Have you seen that video of the Sonic Kid energy?
Yep.
That is 100% correct.
Yeah. They might as well be siblings.
That was like the sequel a little bit.
Have you seen Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Zach?
I don't think so. What's that?
I think you'd like it.
Tremors?
Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a YouTuber. Look him up after this. I think you'll like him. But let's do the last one here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what's up? How's it going? I hope you're doing well.
Thanks, man.
And I gotta thank Tyler from last episode for reminding me of this when he was talking about Kevin being the male
character?
version of a Karen.
Yeah.
And I disagree.
Basically.
It is not. Because when I grew up, Kevin was a slur for just kids that were annoying.
Bullshit.
Through rulers in class and never shut up and, just being an annoying kid,
Right.
I mean, all kids are annoying to an extent, but these were just especially annoying, and for some reason they were all named Kevin. So make of that what you will.
I'd rather not.
And I'm not making this up either. I know I'm saying a lot, but who gives a fuck? I'm not the podcaster here. I don't get paid to do this shit. So alright, I'll hear you the week after that? In 2 weeks. And I'll be awaiting your response, Kevin.
Oh boy. I haven't heard of this. To be fair, I did not grow up in Germany. I didn't know there were people in Germany named Kevin. That's the biggest news to me.
That is news.
I don't know why that's surprising, but I will look it up later. I would encourage you to cite your sources next time.
I got a source to cite. It's called 321 Penguins, and it was based on you.
Oh my god, that's right. How can I forget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, answer to that.
Yeah. So I guess you're right, Yosef. I suck. Thanks everybody for listening to the show. If you want to support us, throw us a few bucks, get some bonus content. You got a whole lot of, if you do it right now, you got a whole lot to catch up on. Patreon.com/ThoughtCops. Zach, Yolo Swag Studios, thank you so much for coming on.
An honor, bro. It was very fun. Thank you for inviting me on, my dudes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping by.
Oh, real quick. We got a link in the chat here. Kevinism. It says, Kevinism jokingly describes the tendency of parents in German-speaking areas to name their children with what appears to be an unusual or exotic-sounding name.
This is a nail in the coffin for you, buddy.